Welcome to our channel, Zeno's Wisdom. Ever wondered if she's waiting for you to make the first move? There's good news. She might be sending you more signals than you think. These signals are small and hard to pick up unless you know what to look for. Stay tuned because in this video, I'll talk about 7 key signs that women give you when they're waiting for you to act. Watch until the end to make sure you don't miss the subtle cues she might be sending you. Way before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you've ever seen these signs or have a story to share. Her feet are facing you. This may seem like a small thing, but trust me, the way her feet are facing can tell you a lot more than you think. We usually look for clues in her face or the way she's sitting, but there's a whole language going on below the surface. This is one of the most basic subconscious signals she can send. So why the feet? The answer lies in how real they are. Unlike hands or faces, which are easy to fake or mass reduce. Most of the time, people don't pay attention to their feet, which makes them an underrated body part. This means that a person's feet can tell you a lot about how she's feeling. Whether she's standing or sitting, pay attention, the Stoics. These people were great at observing people, and they would have noticed this silent cue. They knew that a lot of our relationships with each other are based on what we say without saying a word. Understanding these body language cues was important for grace and wisdom to get along with other people. A Stoic might say what one does not say, they still communicate, and that includes the direction in which their feet are pointed. Feet because of their subconsciousness. Nature tend to betray what we're truly feeling when someone is engaged and interested. Their entire body subtly shifts in your direction. It's as though their feet are leading them towards you, even if they haven't yet realized it. Think about the implications here. She may be maintaining her composure, engaging in casual conversation, even laughing at something trivial. But if her feet are directed toward you, she's not just being polite. Her body is showing you where her real interest lies. It's a primal form of communication that cuts through all the noise. Her feet are literally pointing her toward the object of her attention. This isn't just something to notice when you're alone with her. It becomes even more revealing in a group setting if she's surrounded by friends in the middle of a lively conversation. And yet her feet are still pointed at you. That's a strong indicator that amidst the chaos, you're the one who has captivated her interest. Defeat her in a way like a compass pointing toward what she truly desires even when her words or actions might not make it obvious. Let's take it a step further. Imagine you're at a social event. She's talking to her friends, smiling and laughing, but her feet are angled toward you. The one across the room, her body is betraying her, showing that her attention is on you despite the distractions. This is the kind of thing that a Stoic observer, sharp and perceptive, would have noticed immediately. They understood the importance of watching not just what people say, but what they do unconsciously. And if her feet point toward you, she's giving you a signal that most people would miss entirely. But here's where things get even more intriguing. What happens if her feet are pointed away? What if, even though she's laughing and smiling with you, her feet are angled toward the door or toward someone else? Well, my friend, this is a sign you can't afford to ignore. If her feet are pointing away from you toward the exit, or another person, she might be signaling that she's not as engaged as her facial expressions. It's possible that her subconscious mind is planning an escape route. Even if the rest of her is trying to keep up appearances, she's expressing her disinterest without saying a word. You see, the beauty of this signal is that it's not something obvious like a touch that lingers or a flirty comment. Instead, most people would never even think to look for it, but once you start noticing it, you'll see how often it happens and how telling it can be. If you're ever not sure where you stand with her, don't pay attention to what she says or even how she looks. Take a quick glance at her feet. Are they directed at you, or are they pointing away if they're angled towards you? It's her body's way of pulling you into her space, her world. She may be waiting for you to pick up on this sign and make your move. And let's not forget the inverse. if her feet are turned away. Especially when paired with other distancing behaviors, it's a clear indication that her interest may not be as strong as you hoped. This is not a guarantee of disinterest, but it's a cue to proceed with caution. Remember, just as the Stoics would say, everything has a reason, and that includes body language. If she's open to you, her feet will show it. If not, they'll point the way out. So the next time you're with her and trying to gauge her feelings, don't just rely on what she's saying or how she's smiling. Take a second to check her feet. If they're aimed in your direction, it's a sign she feels drawn to you. But if they're angled toward the door or another person, you might want to rethink your strategy. It's the smallest details like this one that often reveal the most. The Stoics knew that to read human nature correctly, you must learn to observe what is not being said. And this is exactly what watching her feet can teach you. Chapter 2. She mentions she has free time. Now, this one may seem innocent at first glance, but it's a classic and often overlooked invitation when a woman casually mentions that she has some free time. She's not just stating a fact, she's opening a door for you to step through. This isn't something she tells everyone, nor is it a random throwaway line when she PS you. She's free. In ancient Stoicism, the idea of kaios, the right or opportune moment, was very important. Stoics believed in carefully observing the present and acting with precision when the right moment came along. Women often show interest in a relationship in subtle, indirect ways. Saying that they're free is one of those times a Stoic observer would see this as a chance to act wisely and confidently when she says something like, I don't have any plans this weekend, or I'll be free after work. She's basically giving you a golden opportunity on a silver platter. It's a tricky mix. She doesn't want to be too forward, but she also wants to give you a clear enough hint that you know it's safe to ask her out. In many ways, this is her version of saying, I'm available. Now it's your turn to do something about it, but here's the key. Timing is everything. If she mentions her free time and you let it slip by without taking action, it's not just a missed opportunity, it's a signal to her that you're not interested or confident enough to take the lead. She's testing the waters, gauging whether you'll pick up on her cue if you don't. She may start to lose interest, thinking you're either uninterested or too indecisive. Remember, Stoicism teaches us to act decisively when the moment arises. This is one of those moments, and it's not just about the words she uses, it's also about how she says them. Pay attention to her tone if she's casually mentioning her free time, almost as if she's waiting for you to jump in and say, let's do something. Then that's your green light. She might move on to someone else. If you don't take the bait, women don't always send clear signs, so when she does, you need to be ready to act. But yeah, this is where things get tricky. Talking about free time doesn't always mean you can hang out. It's important to read the background. If she's talking about how busy she is with work and suddenly says, I have some free time coming up, but it's framed in a way that feels more like a complaint about her schedule than an invitation, she might just be venting. In this case, your best move is to listen and EMP rather than jump in with a date suggestion. However, when her free time mention feels more casual and open-ended, she's likely testing your ability to seize the moment. For example, she might say, I don't have any plans this weekend, while looking at you expectantly or waiting for your response. This is where the Stoic wisdom of discernment comes in. You need to understand when to act and when to hold back, and the tone and context of her words will guide you. If her mention of free time seems like a gift, don't leave it unopened. Here's a little secret. The more you delay in recognizing this signal, the less interested she'll become. Women who like you won't always put themselves out there, and if they do, they'll only do it for so long. Once she starts feeling that her subtle invitations aren't being picked up, she may start pulling back emotionally. No one likes feeling ignored, especially when they've given you a clear signal that they're available. So when she mentions that she has some free time, consider it a subtle yet significant nudge in your direction. It's her way of saying, I'm waiting for you to make the next move. Now the ball is in your court. Just like a Stoic philosopher would see a brief chance to act wisely and virtuously, you must see her mention of free time as the perfect time to act. Don't think twice, act with confidence, and make plans with her. If you don't, someone else will. In Chapter 3, she gives hints about the things she likes to do. One of the smartest ways for women to show interest is by mentioning their hobbies and favorite things to do when she talks about what she likes to do in her free time. She's not just making conversation, she's giving you useful information on how to win her over. This isn't just small talk. It's a chance to find out what makes her tick, and more importantly, how you can match her interest. Stoics believed in paying close attention to the little things, because that's where the big truths are often hidden in the same way. A woman might not say, "I want to spend time with you," but she'll talk about the things she loves doing. This is the last piece in a chain of clues that will help you make a link. If you can pick up on these clues, you'll know how to win her heart, for example. She might say, "I love hiking but haven't been in a while." Or, "There's this great coffee shop I've been wanting to check out." These may seem like casual comments, but she's really giving you the keys to make an experience. She'll enjoy one with you in it. If you pay attention, you'll see that she's not just chatting with you. She's giving you a chance to ask her to do something she loves. Stoic philosophy tells us that we must act in order to live. It is not enough to pay attention to what she says. You must do something about it. If she says she loves climbing, it should be clear what you should do next. Plan a hiking trip. If she talks about a place or activity she likes, suggest that you go there with her. This shows her that you're not only listening, but also taking the initiative, which makes you stand out from other guys who might just nod along without doing anything. But here's the thing. Giving you hints isn't just about what she likes to do. It's also about what she wants you to do with her. When a woman talks about her interests and hobbies, she's testing to see if you'll be a part of her world. She's also giving you a chance to join her in something she enjoys, which can bring you closer together. Ignoring these hints can make her think you're not interested in getting to know her better. The Stoic observer would never let such a moment pass. And of course, timing is important. You don't want to jump in too quickly or too late. If she drops a hint about something she likes to do, now is the time to take advantage of the situation. If you hesitate or act like you're not interested, she may feel like her efforts to connect with you aren't being acknowledged. And as we all know, women lose interest when they think their efforts aren't being valued. So what should you do? Pay attention when she talks about her hobbies. She's given you a chance to connect over shared experiences. Do not miss those chances to do something with her. Whether it's camping, cooking, or going to a favorite place. Place in town. These shared experiences will help you get to know her better and let her know you're ready to make a move. Chapter 4. She fixes her clothes or jewelry around you. Have you ever noticed her subtly adjusting her clothes, brushing off invisible dust, or fidgeting with her jewelry when she's around you? If so, she might be sending you a message that she's interested in you when a woman fixes her appearance in your presence. It's usually because she wants to look her best for you. This is an instinctive, almost subconscious action that says a lot about how she feels. In Stoic philosophy, there is a lot of focus on paying attention to the small but meaningful actions that reveal her true intention music. It's not enough to just make her look good. You need to notice that she does. It shows that they are aware of themselves and want your attention. When she changes her chain. Let's break this down. Makes her hair or shirt smooth. She's not doing it for anyone else. She's doing it because she knows you're watching this. Behavior usually happens when she's nervous or excited, which are both normal feelings for someone who likes you. It's her way of saying, "I want to look perfect for you." But she doesn't say it out loud. If you're not paying attention, it's easy to miss this small sign. A Stoic would never let such a detail slip their mind. Escape their notice, they would understand that in the smallest actions, there's often the greatest meaning. So the next time you see her fiddling with her bracelet or straightening her dress, don't just brush it off as meaningless. Recognize it for what it is, a sign that she's trying to impress you. But it's not just about vanity or appearance. Fixing her clothes or jewelry can also be a sign of nervousness or excitement around you. When a woman likes you, she often becomes more self-conscious. She wants to make sure she looks good because she's aware that your eyes are on her. This heightened awareness can lead to those small admin, those subtle movements that signal she's thinking about how she looks in your presence. And it doesn't stop at clothes or jewelry. If she's fixing her hair, adjusting her PO posture, or even reapplying lip balm when she's near you, she's making sure she's presenting herself in the best possible way. These little actions speak volumes about her attraction and her desire for you to notice her. It's her way of saying, I care about how I look because I care about what you think of me. Remember, women often express themselves in ways that are far more subtle than men. While you might be waiting for a grand gesture or an obvious flotation, she's likely communicating through these small, almost imperceptible signs. Don't miss them. When she adjusts her clothes, her jewelry, or her appearance around you, she's telling you she's interested. It's a silent invitation for you to make a move. The fifth, she finds a way to touch you. Touch is one of the strongest ways people can communicate, especially when it comes to attraction. If a woman likes you, she will probably find subtle ways to touch you. This could be as simple as lightly brushing her hand against yours or giving you a friendly hug that lasts a little longer than usual. Small touches like these are her way of closing the distance between you and showing that she's interested and at ease. The Stoics knew that touch had deep meaning. In fact, being close to someone and being willing to touch them were seen as important signs of human connection. Stoic thought tells us to pay attention to what people do, as well as what they say, especially when it comes to the small details of how they touch us. Even if she doesn't say anything when she touches you, she's communicating on a level that goes beyond words. She's testing the waters to see how you'll react to her touch. Will you reciprocate? Will you pull away? How you react to these subtle touches will often determine the next step in your interaction. A Stoic would know that these touches are invitations and would approach them with awareness and intention. For example, she might touch you in a casual way. She can laugh and put her hand on your arm or tap you on the shoulder to get your attention. There are no accidents in these touches. They are intentional attempts to bond. She wants to know if you'll read her signs and respond by, say, gently touching her back in a playful or affectionate way. But it's not just about touching. It's about the kind of touch she's comfortable and open to more intimacy. If she's touching you playfully or finding reasons to be close. Touch is her way of closing the emotional and physical distance between you, and it's a strong sign that she wants you to take things further. This is where your tough attitude comes in. You need to be smart about this. If she touches you in a friendly, casual way, it might just be her personality, but if she keeps touching you or finds more reasons to do so, as the conversation goes on, that's a sign of growing attraction. The Stoics taught that everything is done with intention, so the next time she brushes your arm or taps you on the shoulder, take it as a sign that she's not just being friendly, she's waiting for you to make a move. Chapter 6. She finds a way to talk to you. Talking is an important part of any relationship, but a woman's behavior during conversation can tell you a lot about how interested she is in you. If she keeps finding ways to talk to you, even about small things, it's not by accident. She's hoping you'll pick up on the cue and get to know her better, in Stoic philosophy. Communication, whether spoken or unspoken, was a key way to understand and build relationships. A Stoic would pay attention to both what is said and what is meant by it. When a woman likes you, she doesn't just talk to you for the sake of talking. Every chat is a subtle dance that helps her figure out how interested you are in her and bring you closer. She might start by asking simple things like, "How's your day going?" Or, "What did you do this weekend?" These aren't just general questions. They're chances for you to build rapport and get to know each other better. As keen watchers of human behavior, the Stoics would have seen this as a chance to carefully and deliberately pay attention to how often she starts these conversations. If she goes out of her way to talk to you about little things, it means she wants to keep the love alive. Because women often use conversation to see if the other person is interested. If she's always looking for reasons to talk to you, she's giving you a way to get to know her better. And it's not just about how often she talks to you. pay attention to what is being said because she might ask you random questions about yourself to find out more about your life, your hobbies, and your values. And this is how she checks to see if they are compatible and if there is a deeper link. Stoics thought that real connection came from having the same beliefs and understanding each other. This is exactly what she's looking for in a conversation. But it gets even more interesting after that. Watch how she reacts when you talk. Does she lean in? Does she seem genuinely interested in what you're saying? Does she ask follow-up questions and keep the conversation going? This level of engagement shows that she's invested in the interaction. She's not just making small talk. She's trying to build a bond, even in a group setting. The fact that she finds a way to talk to you is a sign that she likes you. She may be talking to other people, but she'll find a way to turn her comments or questions towards you. The Stoic observer would see, this is a significant sign. It's her way of creating intimacy in a social setting by suddenly making time for just the two of you when other people are around. On the other hand, if you notice that she only speaks when spoken to, or doesn't try to continue the conversation, it could mean that she's interested in you. Strong women who are attracted to you will almost always find a way to keep the conversation going. So if the conversation keeps going with her driving most of it, it means she's waiting for you to go deeper. If she talks about things that are important to her, or tells you personal stories, she's letting you into her world. She won't do this with just anyone by telling you about her life experiences and even dreams she's seeing. If you can connect with her on a deeper level, Stoicism teaches us to see past the surface to figure out what people are really trying to do. When she opens up like this, she's giving you a chance to connect with her on a deeper level. What's the point if she's always looking for ways to talk to you? It's not because she's bored or being polite. It's her way of making connections and giving you a chance to make a move. Whether it's small talk about the weather or deeper conversation about her interests. She's opening the door. It's your job to walk through it. The seventh, playing with her jewelry, is one of the most classic, subtle signs that a woman is interested in you. It's not just a nervous habit, it's a subconscious message of her interest, similar to how a Stoic would look for meaning in life. In the little things, you need to pay attention to these seemingly insignificant actions because they reveal a lot more than you might think. Let's break it down. When a woman plays with her jewelry, it's often a sign of nervous energy. Why is she nervous? Because she's interested in you. Nervousness in this situation is a good thing, because it means she's thinking about how you see her. Stoics believe that everything we do has a purpose, and the way she plays with her jewelry is her body's way of showing that it likes you. You may notice that she's lightly pulling on a necklace, spinning a ring, or twirling a bracelet. These are instinctual movements that she's not even fully aware she's making, but they're clear signs that she's paying attention to you, and that she's feeling a little nervous being around you. This subtle fidgeting is her body's way of processing the attraction she feels toward you, and it also draws your attention to her. The serious observer would see this behavior as a way for her to communicate. Even though she isn't saying anything overtly flirtatious, her body is playing with jewelry as a way to draw attention to her, especially the areas around her neck, wrists, and hands that can be very attractive. This is an invitation for you to notice her in a more intimate and romantic way. Think about it. She could be sitting there perfectly calm, but when she starts fidgeting with her necklace or ring, it's a clear change in behavior. It's a sign that she's feeling more aware of you. It's not just any kind of awareness, it's the kind of mind that comes from it being attracted to someone. She might not be consciously flirting, but her body is telling you that she's feeling something. You should also pay attention to how she plays with her jewelry. Is it a casual touch, or does she seem to do it more when she's talking to you? If you notice that her hands start moving toward her necklace or earrings when the conversation gets more personal, that's a huge sign that she's feeling something deeper. It means that she's interested in you. And this subtle movement is her way of showing that she feels that way without having to say it out loud. This is where your Stoic insight comes in. You need to figure out if she's just doing this out of habit, or if it only happens when you're around. Everything is in the background. She's always calm and collected around other people, but when she's near you, she starts playing with her jewelry. That's a strong sign of attraction. A stoic would know that these actions aren't random. They have meaning. And in this case, that meaning is that she's drawn to you. But here's the most important thing. Don't ignore it. When a woman plays with her jewelry in your presence, it's a subtle invitation for you to take things further. She's signaling that she's interested, and it's up to you to respond. If you brush it off as meaningless, you could miss a chance to connect with her on a deeper level. Women often show their feelings of attraction in more subtle ways than men do, which is why it's so important to understand these signs. If she fiddles with her necklace or bracelet, it's not just a random act. It's her body's way of telling you that she's interested in you, that you're on her mind, and that she's waiting for you to make the next move.